Happy to have you here, Jasper.
All right.
Shake my hand at least. Okay. All right. So maybe introduce yourself a little bit because
Okay.
go ahead.
Okay. Hi, I'm Jasper. I'm yeah. I I'm an alumni at UCSD, and I'm here for campus ministry work. Um, yeah. So yeah.
Okay. Yeah. He's part of the Christians Club.
Mhm.
That's a short version.
Mhm.
All right. Today's question is perhaps not being good enough at something is actually a blessing in disguise.
Okay.
Do you think that just take a true or false stance on it and explain?
Okay. Um. Okay. So the question is not being good. You said good enough.
Yeah. Here's the.
Okay. Good enough. Okay. Um. I feel like I have to unpack some things.
Go ahead. Unpack them.
So, okay, what is enough?
Hmm. Maybe good enough to be successful.
Hmm. Okay, I think you have to define successful too. Then,
Okay, let me just give you an example, and I
yeah,
think
sure.
maybe you can infer. So, Michael Jordan's favorite sport was famously baseball,
Uh huh.
and but he wasn't good enough at baseball
Uh huh.
as he was at basketball. So when he had to pick a career, and he could only pick one, he had to choose,
Uh huh.
and so he obviously wasn't good. Well, actually, he could have picked baseball and went like a D2 route,
Mhm.
but obviously, good enough is kind of subjective.
Mhm.
You know, maybe you didn't make the basketball team because you thought you weren't good enough.
Mhm.
Obviously, you can keep trying,
Mhm.
and that can change your talents.
Mhm.
But my argument is that maybe admitting that you're not good enough at something and pivoting and like turning routes, like pursuing something else in life,
Mhm.
that might actually be a blessing in disguise.
Okay.
So, in other words, maybe it's a fancy way of saying giving up.
Okay. So, okay, I think you probably want to qualify this question like I don't think you ever want to just be bad at something.
That's true. That's true.
So, probably the qualification is when is it worth it to not be good enough?
That's a better way to phrase this
I think that's
question.
the question you're
Let
asking.
me write that down. Seriously.
But yeah, I think that's basically the heart of what you're asking, right?
When is it not good to
Or
to
when is it like when is it
good to not be good at something?
yeah, when is it like worth it?
Worth it.
Yeah, when is
Okay,
it
very
actually
specific.
worth it? Yeah,
Worth it to what?
to not be good enough using your words, right?
To not be good enough. Okay.
That's anything. Yeah. I mean like I happen to know about this Michael Michael Jordan thing
Yeah.
cuz wasn't it like his dad
Is
that
continue.
yeah, his dad was the one who
Push him, right?
well, no, his dad was the athlete. Wasn't
Okay.
his dad like a
Yeah,
baseball athlete? And
probably.
so he tried to follow his footsteps.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. So I mean in that case like Michael Jordan even if he knew that he might not be as good at baseball, he wanted to follow in the footsteps of his dad.
Right.
So I guess for him that was worth it
Yeah.
to some degree. Like he would kind of give up his success
Mm,
in
mm.
quote unquote like being in basketball because it seems like my take on why Michael Jordan did that was because he
Yeah.
wanted to give it a shot.
Basketball?
Baseball.
Baseball.
Because he wanted to see if like
Hmm.
he could I don't know.
Be
I mean,
better be as good as his dad.
well, I think he wanted to honor his dad in that way.
Right.
So I
Okay.
think maybe for him that made it worth it
Right.
to like, maybe suck a little bit more at baseball. I mean, he doesn't suck at
So what you're
basketball,
saying, right,
but
exactly. But which maybe the better question is which one is more worth it? Do something that you're not obviously not as good as, but you feel like is more honorable versus something that you know you're killer at, but it might not be your original life's calling or you know what I'm saying?
sure. Yeah, but I guess it depends on what, you know, I think everybody wants to be successful, right?
Yeah.
But then, like, if I mean, I think you might just define something that is successful as being something that is worth it.
What
You
if
know?
something like, what if the definition of success, like your definition, so life starts to challenge your definition of success?
Mm-hmm.
What should you do? Because I feel like you've had personal experience. I'm gonna give the audience some background. He was originally considering going to the Air Force, right?
Yeah, the military academy.
The
Yeah.
military academies, and he made a 180-degree turn. Sorry if I'm botching any of your life story, but
Okay, in this case, I didn't have a choice.
oh, okay,
Yeah. So I I wanted to do military academy,
yeah,
but I just I got a permanent disqualification because of my eyesight.
okay.
So basically, it was a 180, but not because I chose it.
But you could have pursued LASIK. I'm not saying you should, but
No, no. So my eyesight is bad enough that I don't qualify for
oh, okay,
LASIK.
got it.
Yeah. So it was actually like a hard door closed in my face.
So you'll never know if you were actually good enough or not.
Well, I mean, simply put, I never will be,
Oh wow.
even if yeah. But that's just how it was. I mean, I think the only regret that I could think about is that I wasted so much time to
Mm,
find out so late.
that's true. That's true.
Yeah.
I guess that makes sense why you phrased the question, when is it worth it?
Hmm.
Right? Because would you describe your journey as worth it?
You know, I I think worth it. It really depend like that. That is the real question: is when is anything worth it? What is worth anything?
Okay,
What is actually valuable?
sure.
You know,
That's actually, you brought up two very good questions we can unpack and write them down.
yeah. I mean, what is actually worthy? What is actually valuable? Um, you know, I mean, with my journey as a Christian, um, I think sometimes I grapple with the idea of, you know, choices,
Mm-hmm.
you know, uh, man having a free will,
Mm,
you know, um, can I actually like control my life? You know,
mm,
like, is there actually a way that I can make a influence? Can I actually like choose the life that I wish for myself?
right, right.
You know, and I think speaking as a Christian, um, a Christian would say that they're not completely in control of their life.
Okay.
Actually, I don't know if anybody can say that they're completely in control of their life,
Yeah.
but a Christian would say specifically like, um, God is in control of my life.
Right.
Whereas a non-believer might just, they might just say it's like randomness or something.
Right.
But if you say that God is the one that's in control, then really like, everything that so God himself, he has a will,
Mm,
right? He
okay.
has his own desire, he
Okay.
has
I
his
didn't
own,
think of that. Yeah.
yeah. And so for him, um his his idea of value is very different from people,
Hmm.
you know. So I think it really depends on, like, the question of worth has a lot to do with your purpose.
Hmm.
Hmm. So like, if somebody's purpose was to make as many people happy as possible versus if their purpose was to be as rich as possible, what would be worth to them would be very different,
True.
right? So that means that worth depends completely like on your purpose.
I got a good analogy. Okay. So taking
Hmm.
that example, so say someone's original purpose in life was to become as rich as he possibly could.
Right.
Somewhere along that line, either he got whatever he was doing, he realized he could not do that.
Hmm.
And he got redirected on a path where he could only make people happy. He will spend probably a good amount of his life not regretting, but maybe regretting, but also like wondering whether what he's doing even makes sense anymore or is worth it, because he feels like a clown now.
Mm.
He used to be someone chasing money, now he's someone chasing happiness, and to some people that may feel like a clown show. right? And I'm gonna give you the other alternative. Like one person just he's born, he just wants to make people laugh and happy, but because of maybe his family situation or something that happened in his life, he just he has to make a lot of, let's say he has a huge family and he's like the eldest son.
Mm-hmm.
And so he just wants to make people happy, but his family has placed a huge burden on him to support all of them, and he has to make a ton of money. Do you think that's worth it and worthy? You can pick
Hmm.
either person A or person B. Yeah, this is a hard one. We can think about it.
Um, I think uh, if something is really worth it, then it it shouldn't like your past shouldn't affect what you pursue now. If you really see that something, it's like this, right?
Mm-hmm.
Let's say you have two forms of currency or something,
Okay, that's a good
right?
way to put it.
Okay, if you have two forms of currency, let's say it's like, I mean, whatever, the U.S. dollar and the Iranian dollar,
Okay,
right?
I don't
This
know
is a,
why you
this is
chose the Iranian dollar.
well, the Iranian dollar is worth nothing right now.
Oh, okay.
Did you know about that?
I actually did
Okay.
not know
Anyway,
about
so
that.
it's worth nothing. Anyways, so let's say there was some situation where it flipped, right?
Yeah,
Then
yeah.
obviously, okay, look, right now the Iranian dollar is about like infinity, like it's like 1/infinity worth.
Okay,
It's basically nothing.
okay.
Okay, and the U.S. dollar is worth a certain amount. But
Uh-huh.
if it flipped, right? Okay, right now, let's say I had like a million Iranian whatever, right?
Yeah,
And I have one U.S. dollar.
the one US
Oh,
dollar
it
would
is
probably
worth
be
more.
worth more.
Okay, the Iranian dollar is so like undervalued. Would it make sense for me to throw it away?
I'd say that depends on your storage.
Okay, but it's worth nothing.
No, but the value of, I mean, its existence can either be a burden or you can make like paper mache. Sorry if I'm not directly answering your question, but I think that's I do a lot
Yeah,
of that.
so I mean, I don't know if you really value paper mache, but I think it's
Some people do.
yeah, okay. Okay, I mean, forgetting like physical currency whatever, like I
Okay.
mean, I would I mean, throwing it away is equivalent to making paper mache out of it.
Yeah.
That's the
Oh,
equivalent.
okay.
Anyways, but like basically it would be fine, right? And then if it flipped, like okay, suddenly what if suddenly the currency value changed, right?
Yeah.
It would be logical to throw away this part. So
Okay.
I think that's kind of what I'm saying is like if something is really worth it,
Yeah.
it becomes logical to just cast it behind you. So
You mean if something is not worth it?
yes, so now okay, now this is the point that I'm saying. So
Okay.
right now we just talked about how your purpose determines what is worth, right? So let's say that your life's purpose
Uh-huh.
changed
Right.
for some reason in an instant, right? This
Uh-huh.
happens to a lot of Christians, right?
Okay.
If you really realize that if there is a real change in purpose,
Yeah.
the result of that should be logically that you actually toss everything else behind. You count it as trash. And this is exactly what
Hmm.
happened with Paul. I like this is what I'm
Okay,
thinking,
go
right?
ahead. Go ahead.
Because Paul, right, in Philippians, he said that
What
you know,
things were gains to me?
yeah,
These now I
these
count
are
as
now counted as
loss.
loss. Yeah, because he had a change in his purpose.
My question, though, I think you got it a bit wrong. What if there was no change in purpose, but a change in direction?
Okay,
So let's say
what does direction mean?
direction. So let's bring it to me, right?
Okay,
All my life, I had been chasing one school, one
okay,
dream school, not even just to get into college, but just
okay.
one school. I'll let you get to your point
That's
later.
fine. That's fine. Go ahead.
Um, and let's say I didn't get into that school, but I got into a ton of other good schools, quote unquote good schools, and
Uh-huh.
I came to this one. I came to UCSD. Should I be happy, or should I be sad that I failed in my original goal? Because basically, my purpose did not change. I
I
didn't have
see.
a change of purpose. Say, oh, I want to be a UCSD now
Okay,
because I didn't get in. No, my purpose was the same. I still wanted to get into whatever school I wanted to get
okay,
into, but my direction changed.
okay. This is a personal question. Okay, so
But
now we're seeing the
it, it's
now you see the intent behind this question. Okay,
no, I mean, I was just trying to make it more applicable, you know.
yeah, that's fine. I mean, but I mean, you're asking something to consider how you feel personally about it.
Well, no. I'm not trying to make this into a therapy session. This is a podcast. I want to make it as objective as possible. Like,
Okay,
it doesn't even have to be me. Say anyone went through this exactly what
sure,
I went through. What should they do? I'm gonna answer first.
go for it.
I think they should be happy, but not until they found the reason why they had their original purpose.
That's right.
Um, and also, I'm not saying that happiness will be easy.
Mm-hmm.
Personally, finding happiness is really, really hard actually after your original purpose was truncated,
Mm-hmm.
was cut down. A lot of people in life might feel like that, especially after COVID. You like your dreams of like hanging out with friends or doing whatever XYZ might have been just truncated, just completely cut off, and you have to find a new purpose. While seemingly your life seems to be okay, right, and
Mm-hmm.
good. But yeah, what do you think?
Okay, I think I so so your purpose didn't change, but your direction changed because you didn't get what you wanted.
Right.
Okay. Um yeah, I mean I think it's good to be content.
How does one? Because some people say be content and they can just be content,
Mm-hmm.
but for some reason that doesn't work for me. So how does one find contentment?
Yeah,
That's because whole religions are based off of that. I'm
sure.
pretty sure Buddhism is all about how to find contentment.
Sure.
You know.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, contentment is very very subjective, right?
Wait, let me get. Did your mic fall off? Oh, okay,
No.
just hit it. Okay, sorry.
Yeah. I mean, contentment is very subjective, right?
Right.
Yeah. It's um and I think you use this word happy.
Yeah.
Use the word happy.
Yeah.
I think the word happy is interesting because it's
Okay.
true. Actually, happiness, uh, it can depend on a lot of things,
Right.
right? Um, okay, I'm not sure if the English language really captures this, but I think that the word joy
Yeah.
kind of has a different
Connotation.
flavor,
Uh-huh.
maybe. But our happiness may depend on our circumstances,
Yeah.
but joy, it it doesn't depend on our circumstances.
Maybe you're right. The English dictionary has skewed it. I think contentment doesn't. Joy does depend on. You think joy doesn't?
Well, at least that's the way I see it in the Bible.
Okay.
Yeah, because you know, joy. I think you see joy in like the most like seemingly outwardly
Little.
difficult.
Oh,
No, no,
okay.
no. I'm saying like in the most difficult situations.
Uh huh.
Like Paul's in a prison.
Uh huh.
He's rejoicing.
Wow.
He's praising. You know,
How do you
he's
think that's? How do you think? Okay, because I've also gone to church and I've heard
uh
the spiritual answer 1,000 times, or the religious answer, whichever one you want to say. But how do you think that's possible in the least spiritual way possible? Like spiritual terms, using the least amount of spiritual terms.
well. It depends on. So
Or you can just use. I just I hate hearing the same trope. That's just personally like where like we say that God, Christ is the answer. Personally, that doesn't cut it for me.
well, well, the way. Okay, I think you realize that there's a lot of things in life
You can't
that
explain.
that sure, but I'm saying like there's a lot of things in life that just don't satisfy you,
Okay.
right?
Yeah, for sure.
Right?
Yeah, there
Like no
are.
amount of money can satisfy you.
Oh yeah, for sure. I've
Yeah, yeah,
experienced that.
yeah.
Yeah.
No amount of, I would say even success.
Yeah.
There's no amount of success that can satisfy you.
Unless your success is your happiness, though. Like, sorry, I'll
That
keep letting you
that's
talk.
it, yeah. Well, see, here's the thing. I think that's circular,
Okay.
right? Because like you're saying that to be satisfied will satisfy me, in a sense.
At least for a little bit.
Well, no, I'm saying it's circular because
Okay.
you're not really. You're basically saying you don't know what makes you satisfied.
Yeah, I don't.
Yeah,
I
exactly.
don't.
So, okay, we could say we can at least lay down, right? We already said like money can't fully satisfy you,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Being the smartest person can't fully satisfy you.
Yeah.
Even like something that you think is like, gives you pleasure,
Okay.
that won't satisfy you. Like the best food.
But will the pursuit of it satisfy me?
No,
No.
I don't think so.
Okay.
And this
take
is
that
really
answer.
like this is the topic of Ecclesiastes.
Okay.
Yeah, it says like chasing after all these things
Chasing
is like
after
is
wind.
like a grasping after wind.
Yeah.
Right. You
Yeah.
think you have it, and then you look at your hand and it has nothing.
There's nothing there.
Yeah.
But technically, it is there because like.
Well, it is there, but then it slips away from your fingers.
Right. You
So
can't
you grab it.
You can't do anything.
You grab it, and then it leaves your fingers as soon as you grab it.
Okay.
So that's what it is to try to grasp after satisfaction, because you might
Sure.
get that thing. You might
Right.
get the money. You might get
You actually. I've gotten it before.
Yeah, you might actually get it.
Yeah.
But then what you thought you would feel when you got it
You don't
is
feel it.
like that. Is
Okay.
like the wind leaving your hand.
Good analogy.
Yeah.
So what do you think? What do you think in a? I don't know how I'm gonna react to this, but what do you think is the answer?
Okay, I mean, I think I don't know if you've heard of like Pascal,
Yeah.
Blaise Pascal. Okay,
Yeah.
he said that man is a God-shaped vacuum.
Yeah, that's true.
Have you heard?
I
this
agree with
saying?
that.
Okay, so like pure physics, speaking in terms of pure physics,
Yeah.
nature hates a vacuum,
Okay.
right?
That's a very intellectual answer.
You,
Yeah.
you know what happens when there's a vacuum in nature?
What? Tell me.
It fills it immediately.
Yeah, it gets filled.
Yeah, it gets filled. I mean, it's like if you have a vacuum anywhere, like
anywhere of anything, it's
it's going to immediately be filled. So we actually have this vacuum in us before we have any contact with God.
Okay.
Okay. I would actually say this. I would say we may not have this vacuum.
Yeah.
But there's something in the vacuum that tries to fit the space of the vacuum.
Right.
But it's not appropriate. It's not the appropriate like content for the vacuum.
Okay, but let's go to this analogy of the vacuum.
Uh-huh.
When you do have a vacuum and you need to fill it with something, technically anything is the correct answer.
Okay. Well, Pascal said a God-shaped vacuum.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Okay. I would say that the God shape is even like, it's like eternity.
Wow.
So Ecclesiastes 3:11 says that God put eternity into our hearts.
Mm-hmm.
So he put essentially a bottomless, volumeless vacuum in us.
Mm-hmm.
So you said anything will fill it, right?
I said anything initially.
Sure. Okay. But what if it's eternity?
How do you put eternity into a vacuum?
I don't know. Ask God, because he did it. I didn't do that. Ask him. Ecclesiastes 3:11 says he has put eternity into their heart. So first of all, get this.
Yeah.
It says heart, which is heart. Is a heart limited and finite?
Are we talking about like the physical one?
I don't know, but that's what the verse says. It says he has put eternity into their heart, meaning
I think we'd have to look at the translation.
Maybe, but let's just say it's not the physical heart.
Yeah, I don't think
obviously.
It's the physical one.
Yeah, I would say that's pretty obvious
because it's definitely not.
I don't know how you can have anything eternal in a physical.
Yeah, let's say it's the spiritual heart.
Okay, so first of all, we know that the heart is not like
vacuum.
Well, the heart is not infinite. It's not.
You don't think so?
Well, not necessarily.
Okay.
Like if somebody dies, where does their heart go? It's gone.
Okay.
Right. So the heart is finite. The heart is kind of contained within a person.
We're still talking about the spiritual heart.
Sure. Yeah.
Okay.
But I mean, just in their hearts, right? Like if you have a heart, if you die, where's the heart?
Well, we don't know.
We don't know, but it's not. It's not here necessarily.
Right. It's not in this realm.
We don't know. Okay. But anyways, I mean, it's like putting an ocean into a bottle.
Yeah. Yeah, I like that. I
That's
like
what that is,
I
right?
like that.
So
Yeah.
that's what it means to put eternity into a heart. Okay, so when Pascal said God put there is a God-shaped vacuum in man,
Uh-huh.
that means that nothing's gonna fill it.
Hmm.
That really nothing's gonna fill. Um, in John, uh, you have a picture of salvation
Hmm.
that is really unique.
Okay.
You know, when Jesus comes, he doesn't tell people believe into me,
Mm.
believe into me,
Yeah.
but rather he approaches from the angle of are you satisfied? He comes to
Yeah.
people and he says, you know, he asks them, you know, uh, okay, like for example in John 4 when he came to the Samaritan woman,
Uh-huh.
he basically pointed out to her that she's thirsty.
Wow. Okay. That's very straight on.
And she came to this well. She's literally trying to get water. And he's like, if you drink of this water, you're not going to stop drinking.
Yeah.
You're always going to be thirsty.
Right.
And he says, but if you knew who I am, sorry, I touched the mic. If you knew who I am, you would ask him for water. Only that water can fill, you know? I mean, like, I didn't make the rules, you know? He put eternity into my heart, right? Into all of our hearts.
Yeah.
So, I can't control what I think is going to fill it, you know?
True. But what if so okay. Do you think it's possible for a non-Christian to be filled, to be
For a
satisfied in
non-Christian,
this life?
well, if there's something eternal,
Okay.
then they can be filled.
So you said, okay, are you saying that God could come in different shapes and forms?
No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying that. I'm just saying based on what I've said so far. Like
Right.
Pascal said, there's a
Pascal,
God-shaped
you said
vacuum.
yeah. Mhm.
God put eternity in our heart.
Yeah.
So if there were something eternal, maybe that can fill us, right? If there were an eternal source of pleasure,
Uh-huh.
an eternal source of satisfaction,
Right.
an eternal source of money, even.
And that would be God? Because you
Well,
said it's a God-shaped
that might
vacuum.
satisfy us. Just speaking in terms of
Oh, okay,
satisfying us, right?
okay.
But what I'm saying is that, like,
Yeah.
nothing is eternal of these three things, right? They're not eternal.
Wow.
I'm
Okay.
not even saying that money's bad. I'm not saying that pleasure is bad or
What
success
about
is bad.
what about finding a purpose? Do you think that purpose is eternal?
Purpose can be eternal, but
Can be.
any purpose that is not eternal, the Bible calls it vanity.
Wow.
And I mean
That's pretty
that
harsh.
vanity is actually the opposite of purpose to some degree.
Right. It is.
But vanity can also be disguised as a purpose. But
Yeah.
it's a purpose that actually is finite. It has an end. If you have a purpose to make as much money as possible, Solomon had probably the most amount of money ever.
And it wasn't evil. Like he wasn't evil.
Sure.
Man.
I mean, we don't have to call it evil. We don't
Okay.
have to call it evil. That's the thing. Like all these things I described to you, they could be evil, but they don't have to be evil. But the thing that we're getting at right now is not about whether it's good or bad. It's whether it satisfies you.
True.
Money will not satisfy you, right? Even if you got it by completely moral means.
Yeah.
It won't satisfy you.
But okay.
Yeah.
Because I'm thinking I'm at the time in my life right now where I'm searching for a purpose.
Uh-huh.
And there are a lot of different purposes I could latch onto, and I already have latched onto a few.
Sure.
And it is satisfying to a degree. I can't say it satisfies me 24/7 because I'm not working on. That's not human of me.
Sure.
But I think I think I know where you're getting at, though. I think I know where you're getting at. Is find something eternal, right?
Yeah, I mean, if you're just thinking about your being satisfied, then that's all you got, And I think the more, at least I've kind of like grown in my Christian life, I think I'm seeing more that like God doesn't give us anything apart from Himself.
Mm.
So if we want let's say there's something that we know that God can give us, right?
Mm-hmm.
He can give us money.
Okay.
Right? He can even give us wisdom.
Yeah.
Which, like, how is that possible? Is He going to give us a brain? I don't know. But whatever He gives us, it's never apart from Himself.
Okay.
So, like, when God put eternity into man's heart, he didn't put something separate from himself.
Wow.
So him putting eternity was he actually put a little of himself
Wow.
into us.
Wow.
That's what that meant. It wasn't just like, I don't know. Yeah. Does that make sense?
That does make sense.
Yeah.
We are actually out of time, but that
Okay.
was a great discussion. Do you have any last sentences to say? Any, like, just to wrap it up?
I mean, this was good. Yeah.
Okay, well, I hope to see you another time, Jasper Lee.
All right.
But thank you so much for being on this
Yeah.
podcast.